Alright, Share Love Tea here. Welcome in and much love. Welcome to the channel. Today we're doing a DVD pickups video. I recently picked up a bunch of DVDs at a garage sale. And I also put out a video, streaming services versus physical media. Um, I'm going back. I'm going back to the good old days of collecting DVDs. And it's actually a lot of fun. All the videos, all the DVDs rather I picked up were all from a garage sale. Everything in this video today, and I paid about 50 cents. There's like two of them I paid $1 for at a different garage sale, and then I think some that I paid like $3 for a box set of Die Hard or whatever. There was actually 4 DVDs in the box set and a t-shirt, but we'll get to that. So yeah, I'll talk briefly why I bought each DVD, or what I think of it. I don't know if I'll do many of these videos. It's not going to be all the time that I'm picking up DVDs. Obviously garage sales are only certain times of the year, and I don't always have time to get out to thrift shops or flea markets, secondhand stores, stuff like that. So we'll see what frequency I actually put these videos out, but it'll give me a chance to talk about some movies that I enjoy, or movies that I haven't seen, and yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I don't have any particular order that I'm going through these. I'm just gonna grab from this huge pile beside me, and we'll talk about them as we go. First up, Lion King 1.5. This is a movie I never saw as a kid. I actually saw the first Lion King. Like many people from my generation really enjoyed it. I think it's a classic cartoon. And Lion King 1.5, wow. I was a probably teenager when it came out, so I didn't see it at the time. I had no interest really much anymore in Disney. I was moving on to adult, trying to think I was an adult, or you know what I mean. Then you grow up and you learn it doesn't matter. Enjoy what you like. It doesn't matter. You don't have to keep any certain image. You don't have to enjoy a certain thing, like especially music. People are heavy on that. Oh, I'm heavy metal, or oh, I'm punk rock, or and everything else sucks. No, enjoy what you like. If you enjoy pop songs, you could still be punk and enjoy a pop song. So yes, Lion King, a retelling of the first Lion King through the eyes of Timon and Pumbaa. I think that's a very interesting take. I haven't seen many other cartoons or movies or anything go with that concept, where it's like the same as the first movie except from somebody else's eyes. I actually really enjoyed this. I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much at the time, but now as an adult, I have a lot of nostalgia for the first movie, so this one actually, I was pretty impressed. Enjoyed it. Next up, Ghost in the Shell, a classic anime. Anytime you could pick up anime for cheap, probably do so. Doesn't matter. Any format you see it on, yank it. Because, a lot of times some animes will go for 30-40 bucks easy. Even on DVDs, never mind Blu-rays and all that. They could get even more expensive, like 150, 200. Very pricey. And this is just a classic movie. Was very happy to pick that one up. Logan's Run. Now this is a movie that my parents had on VHS as when I was younger. They had a lot of classic like sci-fi stuff, like Planet of the Apes, Omega Man, and Sinbad, Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, or whatever. A lot of stuff. And Logan's Run, it's not like, I wouldn't say it's like my favorite movie, but it's very interesting. The concept, the premise, everything, like it's humanity in the future in a dome, and to control the population, people are sacrificed at the age of 30. So everybody in the society is 30 years or under. And yeah, it's a very interesting movie. I think people should watch that one. Legend. So, Tom Cruise and unicorns and very cool practical effects. In my opinion, the movie can be a bit draggy. It's, you know, not super exciting movie, but very cool, and really the image of that devil really stuck out in my mind as a kid, and it was like almost like I dreamt it type thing, and never knowing what it came from, and then learning when I was older, hey, legendary movie, I guess you could say. Very interesting movie. Next up, look at this bad boy. The Jurassic Park franchise collection collects the first 3 Jurassic Park movies. Look at this thing. The gates open to reveal the landscape, and then this opens to reveal the. I mean, this is such an amazing case. I love it, and I love the first. I love all the Jurassic Park movies, even the Jurassic World ones. I'll go that far. I don't even care. The first one's the best, in my opinion, or my favorite anyways. It's hard to beat. But yeah, classic series. There's no better dinosaur series. I mean, The Godfather. Now this is a series that I tried watching when I was very young. So it was very slow paced, and I'll have to rewatch this as an adult to see what I actually think of it, because yeah, I don't really remember too much about it. I know it's obviously the classic gangster series that everybody talks about. But yeah, this was a pretty good pickup. At the garage sale, it was 50 cents a DVD. So for some, it was kind of funny. So for some of the box sets, you can tell looking from the side that there's multiple discs. So she probably would have charged me 50 cents for each of these, right? So $2 for this, which is still a good deal for this box set. But then there would have been some other box sets that we'll get to where it kind of looks like it's one disc, but when you open it, it's still multiple discs, and she only charged me 50 cents. But still, great pickup. Godfather classic. This is a movie that came out again. I was a teenager, so Disney kind of lost me at that point. I don't think I've seen this, and if I have seen it, it would have been only clips here and there, and I haven't heard all that much great. I think that era of Disney was kind of going downhill with their animation, and they were now they're doing live action and very little on the means of cartoons. But I'll have to check this one out. I actually have not watched it. Yes, look at the smile on my face. I have watched this movie so many times, even recently, where my girlfriend's like gets fed up because it's like you go through the menu on Netflix and it's always like right there in like action or whatever. And if I don't feel like going through the menu, which is often the case on these streaming services, I just get fed up very quick. I'll just put on whatever classic movie that I know I'll enjoy, and this is definitely one of those movies. Absolute classic action, sci-fi, comedy. It has it all. I can't gush enough about this movie. at some point down the line, plan on doing a top 100 movies of all time, or my favorite 100. This might be up there. This might be. It's definitely top 10. There's no argument there. No. But it might be. And I think I already owned this on DVD, but for 50 cents, I had to grab it. But, it might be number one. Here's another absolute classic. I already have this one too, but this is let's see here, the Ultimate Edition DVD. So this has, like, if you look close here on the back, look at all the bonus features. And I'll just open it up quick, because this thing, look at this booklet. It has a booklet full. Okay, hold on, this is kind of difficult. It has tons of cool screenshots from the movie. Gives you tons of information. And these are the kind of bonuses that you just don't get with streaming services, right? And, companies were throwing everything but the kitchen sink at you to keep you buying, and because this is the Ultimate Edition, right? They would have already released a special edition, probably multiple special editions, the regular edition, all by this point. So why go out and buy another one? Well, because this is the Ultimate, and it looks, look at it, it's shiny, very cool. Absolute classic movie. Absolute classic. I don't think I have to tell people too much about that movie, because people just know. I'm sure you all have seen it. Sean Connery. On Jupiter's Moon, he's the only law. Outland. I have no idea. So apparently, I looked up a review about this movie after I had picked up these DVDs just out of curiosity, because I have no idea about this movie. And it's apparently set as like a Western in space. And yeah, I didn't even hear about this movie, which is Sean Connery. Very cool. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Where's my glass of water? Up next, now this is a movie I'm surprised I never heard of. Flatliners. Has Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts, and Kevin Bacon. This movie is deep, exploring life after death, and morality, and just the whole premise is wow, man, like very heavy. I think maybe the reason it doesn't get talked about so much is because it's very, like, it's dark like a horror movie, but it's not really a horror movie. So it kind of, it's in one of those genres that, people aren't happy to talk about it, it's a good movie, but it's just very dark, you know what I mean? And because it's such a heavy topic, I think it gets overlooked, but this is, wow, this is a banger. It was a very, very cool imagery, these like crazy dream sequences, very interesting movie. Anastasia. Pretty much anything that's Disney or cartoon that I don't have, if I find it for 50 cents, I'm probably gonna grab it, unless it looks like very, very childish. Anastasia, I don't think I've actually seen, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think this movie came out in 2001. Is that possible? And it's not Disney or anything, but seems like it could be an interesting animation. Let me know maybe down in the comments if there's any Anastasia fans out there. Is this Should I get on watching that one? I mean, I just picked it up because it was animation. I don't know. It looks okay. I don't know. My cousin Vinny, uh, Joe Pesci is a super good actor. It's got Marisa Tomei, Ralph Macchio, and Fred Gwynn. This is a pretty interesting movie. I've definitely seen it before. I don't really remember it though, so I'm gonna enjoy checking this one out. I think I remember enjoying it. So, but yeah, Joe Pesci is great. Casino, when he stabs that guy in the neck. Oh, he is a brutal little man. Next up, everybody's favorite controversy on the internet right now: Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The remake with the main actress and her stepping in the mud. Oh my goodness! What a fool! The nonsense coming out of that girl's mouth. But anyways, this is the Platinum Edition, so it actually has like a big booklet. It has 2 discs and countless hours of enchantment on 2 discs. I mean, Disney really, with their special editions, because a lot of these movies were classic movies that people have already seen, and they're re-releases, right? So they had to give people incentive to buy them. So they went far and above a lot of other companies with their packaging and the bonus features and the booklets and everything. I think a lot of it's really well done, and yeah, this is definitely a classic movie. Classic movie. A lot of the old Disney stuff's enjoyable. I mean, say what you want about it, but I think it's all worth watching at least once, anyways, in your lifetime. Jackie Brown, all-star cast. My goodness, I don't remember too much about this movie. This happens to be the collector's edition. It's like, you can see here, like if you look at the names, it's like just star after star. So I can't imagine this movie being bad unless it just had a bad script. But yeah, 2 discs, bunch actually extra booty there, booklets and such. And yeah, a very nice edition of this movie. I'm looking forward to checking this movie out again. I feel like it's a Quentin Tarantino film, so maybe it's like, I'm thinking something along the lines of like Pulp Fiction, something like that, but I'm not sure. Pocahontas, the Gold Edition. Yeah, another classic Disney movie. Not my favorite, but again, anything Disney for 50 cents, I'm probably gonna grab, because Disney, out of all companies, are getting very greedy with their subscription service. They're already at like $18 or whatever it is Canadian, and they're not putting out that much good content. So I feel like they're definitely one of those companies people are gonna be like, forget it. I'll subscribe once a year to see your new stuff, but on the most part, I'll just buy the old movies on DVD and whatever I want to watch, and I'll just go to those classics when I need it. Like, forget your however much a month, it's too much. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner. This is such a good movie, and it's kind of unfortunate because there was another Robin Hood movie. I think there was 2 other Robin Hood movies that came out around that time, and one of them happened to be like a real goofball, like like a spoof movie about Robin Hood. So I think it took away from the seriousness and actually how good this movie was by those other two movies coming out around the same time and kind of confusing it up. But if you go back and watch, I think I really really think this is a great movie, and Bryan Adams, that song, just this is fantastic. So I was happy. I actually had this one on a regular DVD, but this was the special edition, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So I was happy to pick that one up for 50 cents. And it's gonna be tough. Like a top 100, if I separate it into different genres, it'll probably make it a lot easier. But movies like this, does that make the top 100? When you're including all the different genres, it might, but there's gonna be a lot of stuff that gets left off at the end of the day, for sure. All right, next up we have Bruce Campbell versus Army of Darkness, the director's cut. So this is pretty interesting. This is the official bootleg edition. So apparently, I guess this is Bruce Campbell's edit, and there's a note from him on the back, and so yes, this is just a different version of Army of Darkness, a different edit, and pretty cool. Looks like it's in a paper bag. Some hobos drinking it in and out. To me, that's a very enjoyable as far as horror. Like, it's very like comedy horror. Like, there's some gore, but it's like I'm not like, I don't mind horror movies once in a while, but when it's just gory to be gory, like shock value, something like Saw, not really my thing. But Army of Darkness, that very funny, and it has, yeah, it's just very, I think that's a great movie. A special edition of E.T. Now this is a very cool one. Like, look on this, you have a clear cover with the kid going over the moon, and the moon is actually the DVD. And in the back we got some extras, the booklet, and the second bonus disc. Again, this movie by that time probably had a bunch of other special edition releases, so they had to give you incentive to buy it again. And this case is very cool, and it's the limited collector's edition. 50 cents, no argument. Like I said, most of the time you're able to pick this stuff up for pennies, under $1. If this was, say, $2, I probably still would have bought it. But 50 cents, I'm laughing because classic movie. It's always going to be good. We got a double feature of Patch Adams and What Dreams May Come. Robin Williams. What a phenomenal actor with a diverse career, set of characters, different genres. The guy can do it all. From serious roles like these movies all the way to the Aladdin, the genie in Aladdin, right? To dirty, raunchy stand-up. Yeah, I can't gush enough about the guy. I recently watched this, but I must have been like doing something else because I don't really remember it. And this one I don't really remember, so I can't really talk too much about these movies. But anything Robin Williams, you probably can't go wrong. Next we have a black and white movie. Now Metropolis. This is cinema buffs. You know, if you're looking at lists of most influential movies of all time, or crazy sci-fi, or what began sci-fi's potentially, like beginning of first of all time. I mean, this is what, 1926 this came out. And some of the imagery, the cityscapes and the practical effects, unbelievable, even to this day, never mind for 1926. So definitely an interesting watch. I mean, keep in mind, it doesn't have it's not set up like a regular movie like you would watch nowadays. It's very much just cut and paste together. Like the editing's very weird. It doesn't really follow a cohesive necessary plot. It's kind of hard to follow, but the imagery is just unbelievable. Unbelievable imagery. Oh, here we go. I freaking love this movie. This is definitely one of my favorite Disney movies. A movie that came out when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure I went to see this in the theater. It's either I saw this one or The Return of Jafar, or both. I'm not sure, in the theaters, but such a fun movie. And funny that we were just talking about Robin Williams, and here he is. Look at this special edition with tons of features. Even have fun and games on here. What? Yeah, this is the Platinum Edition. And when was this released? This was probably released much later on. Again, you know, probably a bunch of special editions and regular versions had already come out by this point. So they're like, okay, now how do we sell them? Oh, it's the Platinum Edition, and we give them a bunch of extra bonuses. And you know, for some people it does nothing for them to have those bonus features. For me, I actually really enjoy it, and especially when it's movies that I love, I really like to see the behind the scenes stuff. So Aladdin 2-disc special edition, I was pretty happy to pick that one up. Next one, anything anime. If it's 50 cents or $1, I'm grabbing those all day. I have no idea what this movie is or what it's about. I'm gonna have to clean that sticker up because I'm OCD, and it's already annoying me right now. Like, I almost want to pick it off right now in the video. That's how OCD I am about it. So yeah, if any of you have seen this, let me know. Millennium Actress. Seems alright. I'll have to check it out. Not one I have seen. This next one. I love this movie. I freaking love this movie so much. It is such a fun watch. Very slapstick comedy, but the fighting choreography, the effects, you know, it's translated from Chinese or whatever language. Yeah, I think originally it was recorded in Chinese, but man, what a good movie. It's so good. I freaking love it. That honestly, I don't think it deserves to be like on a list of top 100 movies, but at the same time, it might be in my top personal favorite 100 movies for sure because so fun. I honestly think that movie is so fun. Oh, Masters of the Universe. Now, this is a bit before my time. When I was young, it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They had come along and just swept the scene, and Masters of the Universe was just before that. So I kind of caught the tail end of it, but um, it just I didn't really know too much about it when I was young. Um, I'm gonna have to watch this live action one. I think I've watched it like a couple years ago. I don't really remember what I thought of it though. I thought the practical effects looked a bit cheesy, but I also um, like Skeletor. Like look at him on the back of the cover there. Like that doesn't look like the Skeletor you would know from the cartoon, but either way, what was it? Why not 50 cents? This is a good movie, Rounders. This is one I don't hear talked about nearly enough. Um, as far as Texas Hold'em, like this kind of came out, I think even before the big Texas Hold'em craze. Um, I think it might have been 5 card stud or something, although they're playing in this, not necessarily Texas Hold'em. I forget. But either way, unbelievably good acting. Such a good movie. Really, really, really good. Um, and a lot of good actors in it. And if you enjoy poker, I mean, I can't think of a better poker movie than that. Next up. So this is one of those things that I was talking about with the box sets. So if you look from the side, you can't tell that there's technically more than one disc. So she just charged me 50 cents. And then some of the other box sets, like this one, for instance, the Stanley Kubrick collection, you could tell that there's more than one disc, so she charged me 50 cents for each of them. Kind of funny in a way because these are easily worth as much as those, but anyways. So I got Volume 1, Futurama, Volume 2 of Futurama, and unfortunately Volume 4. They didn't have 3, and or else I would have grabbed it for sure. But 1, 2, and 4, why not? I paid 50 cents each. It's a classic show. You know, I think Simpsons will always have the crown for satirical comedy and adult comedy in cartoons. You know, there's a lot of shows like Family Guy and American Dad and all these shows that Futurama that came after. I think Simpsons is still probably the best, even though it went downhill. But what show wouldn't after 30 seasons? So yes, next, Stanley Kubrick collection. Let's see. I don't think I've seen a lot of these movies. So Lolita, I have no idea. The Shining, Here's Johnny. Like that's about all I know about that movie. I probably saw it when I was younger, but that one I could definitely see myself going back to watch for sure. Full Metal Jacket. Um, I know I have seen. It's not, I don't can't tell you any of the scenes off the top of my head, but I do know it's a classic army movie for sure. Doctor Strangelove. It's like a black and white movie about the atom bomb or something. I don't. If I have seen it, I don't remember it, but apparently, from what I understand, it's a pretty classic movie. Barry Lyndon. I have no idea. I've never even heard of this movie, Barry Lyndon. Um, let's see, what is the thumbnail for it doesn't give you much to go on either. It's this little dude. Looks like he's got cowboy boots on. So I guess maybe it's a cowboy movie. I'm guessing. A Clockwork Orange. That's definitely like, I'm sure in film classes, like a go-to for out there surreal. I don't know. It's a cult classic. I mean, it's not really not a movie that it's not really my genre to begin with. I don't, like I said before, I'm not really big into horror movies. It's not necessarily a horror movie, but it's dark and but definitely an interesting movie. I would say it's worth watching. And 2001: A Space Odyssey, classic sci-fi movie. That again, I'm sure I've watched as a kid. It's been a while since I've seen that one, but I mean that whole box set pretty much are all movies I could probably go back and watch. I don't remember too much about. Next up, we've got this very cool holographic cover of the Ali G show, the first 2 seasons. And I can't say after having watched, like I watched it probably 10 years ago or something like that. I don't have a super big draw to go watch the show again. Maybe some point down the road I'll watch it again, but I thought this cover is like, wow, man, that is freaking cool. I love it. Really, really like that cover. But if you haven't watched it, it definitely is hilarious, and I think it's definitely worth watching through once. Rewatchability is kind of meh, but yeah, very funny show. Next up, we've got some more anime, and this is a very nice box set of Steam Boy and Memories. And it says here on the cover, from the director of Akira, Katsuhiro Otomo, double box set. Akira is a phenomenal anime. The level of detail in that animation is unprecedented. It almost hasn't been done since. The amount of work and the hours. I don't know. I think I've seen Steam Boy. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to see if either of these movies live up to Akira. I very much doubt it, but we'll see. We shall see. Either way, I think there's 2 discs, so she probably charged me $1. Either way, $1 for anime all day long. Here's one that I'm actually very much looking forward to, and you guys will have to let me know in the comments if I've been missing out, because a lot of people have told me this show is really good. And I don't know if it was the animation style that I found very simple and just didn't draw me in. But a simplicity in animation can also be very, very good. So that would be Samurai Jack Season 1. to 4. I have got all 4 seasons, and because they look like one disc, she only charged me 50 cents a season. Hell yeah. Let's take a look at the covers here. Yeah, Cartoon Network. Apparently, this is Cartoon Network at its best, from what I've heard from some people. And so I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Let me know down in the comments. Have I been sleeping on this one? Because I really do enjoy cartoons and animation, anime. I wish there was more Western cartoons still made. I do enjoy anime, but I think it's a shame that Disney did away with their animation division. I think the demand's still there, in my opinion. I think they were wrong. Fine, do your CG stuff too, but anyways, classic animation style, Samurai Jack. Looking forward to that one. Essentially that's what, 50 cents each, so $2. I get to watch 4 seasons, and I have them in my collection forever. That's one of the arguments that to be made too, is like, once streaming services are like 15, $20, you're starting to be comparable to buying a brand new DVD release, right? So once it's $20, which is what a DVD is right now, is there 12 movies a year that come out on these services that are worth you watching? If not, then buy the 12 DVDs and you have those movies. That's just my opinion. But next up, I actually already had this box set, but for the price, there's 4 movies, cost me $2. I've watched these as a kid, but I didn't remember really thinking they were that good. I could be wrong. I'll have to rewatch them. Maybe I'll enjoy them more nowadays. Maybe it was just like, at the time when you're young, you just want whatever's new. You don't want to go back and look at the old stuff. I definitely had that when I was a kid. Nowadays, I don't want to see the new stuff. I just want to go back and live and look at the old stuff. So, yeah, 4 Superman movies. And it's a pretty nice box set. There's a bunch of different versions of this box set. But I happen to have this exact silver one twice now. But for $2, I mean, why not? So this, we've got all 4. So Live Free or Die Hard, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Die Hard 2, and the original Die Hard. So these came in a box set with a t-shirt actually, but the box was so badly ruined that I just threw the box out, took the t-shirt, opened it. It was still not open. I kind of liked it, so I said, hey, got myself a t-shirt. I think I paid $3 for the box set. The original Die Hard, still sealed, so whoever bought this set probably already watched the first one a bunch of times and just decided to watch the other 3. But very cool. Die Hard, just classic action movies. It's one of those series that I don't remember too much. I just know that it is definitely a classic series, and I'll probably watch those again at some point. Next up, we have, so the last of this now is just, these are actually all sealed. These are all from a garage sale, and they were all 50 cents. Why somebody would buy it, for example, Braveheart for $11.99, never open it, and then sell it for 50 cents. With the price tag still on it. So it's, know in your mind that you paid $12 for it, and you're still just willing to let it go for 50 cents unopened. I mean, just out of principle, I wouldn't be able to let myself do that. Um, so yeah, for 50 cents, Braveheart, absolute classic movie. Love this movie. So good. Very long. Um, maybe kids nowadays might not have the attention span that it takes for this movie, but William Wallace, freedom, classic. Labyrinth with David Bowie. Um, yeah, this is a very cool Jim Henson. Uh, Great imagery, great practical effects. David Bowie practically acting like himself. What a crazy character and amazing musician and actor, apparently, in Labyrinth. Classic 80s movie sci-fi. Next, we've got, this is pretty crazy to see, Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Collection. So it has the first two from, what is it, late 80s, early 90s, somewhere like that. And then you have another bonus disc with a bunch of extra stuff. Pretty cool box set. I mean, anything I find like this sealed for cheap, it doesn't even matter if I like it or not. I'll probably buy it because collectors wise, I mean, I think there's two movies in here. She charged me $1 for this. $1 for this sealed. Probably sells for $30 or, one day, who knows. Next up, we've got the original Terminator sealed. I mean, the first two are fantastic. After that, the series definitely starts going downhill. Maybe if you're a really hardcore Terminator fan, maybe you would argue that it's still good after that. I don't know, but I think the general consensus that after the second one, that was I mean, you can't go up. The second one's so good that how are you gonna top that, right? $9.99 still on the cover. Hilarious. Dick Tracy. I don't know how I felt about this as a kid. It's one of those movies like I should have liked, but it was too weird. I don't know. Maybe I was just too young because it came out. When did this movie come out? Usually, sometimes it's easy to find the date on the back here, and then sometimes, yeah, really have to search for it. Yeah, I'm not seeing the date. I know it was the late 80s though. Like I was very young when this movie came out, so maybe it was just a little bit before my time and I just didn't get it. Would be interesting to go back and watch it now just to see if I enjoy it anymore. But if it's sealed, I'll be honest, I'm probably not gonna open it. It's been sealed for how many years now? I can't justify opening it. So if it goes, it's probably on a streaming service or something. Anyways, I love this movie. This is definitely in my top 100. I love this movie so much. It's long, but it doesn't feel long. There's just so much that happens in it. It almost feels like it would be a real life story, but it's not. The acting in it, just everything. This is Tom Hanks at his peak performance. There's nothing else, at least as far as I'm concerned, that he could do that would ever top this. This is like the special edition of it too. I'm pretty sure I have this. exact edition on my shelf somewhere. But yeah, to get this sealed, this is something I'm proud to have because I really, really, really like this movie. And last up, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. I have no idea about this movie. It's Disney. Um, I'm looking at the back. It looks to be live action. I mean, I've heard of it before, but I have no idea about this. But it's sealed, and any DVD is pretty cool to have sealed. When if it's Disney, then I mean, hell yeah. 10, 20 years, if this is still sealed, it's probably going to be worth something. So, that was it. This huge stack, oh my god, stack. Just as a reminder, we just went through that entire stack. I'm pretty sure that whole stack cost me around $40, somewhere around that area. I have some others that I picked up recently that I'll probably do another pickup video for, but it was garage sale weekend that just passed in my hometown. So I was able to get out there, do some looking around, and I happened to come across this garage sale, 50 cents a DVD. They had all these box sets. I'm psyched. So much love. Subscribe, like, look forward to more videos. I don't know, like I said at the beginning of this video, I don't know what frequency I'm going to bring these out in, because it's not going to be all the time that I'll have a chance to go pick up new stuff. But this was a lot of fun to talk about, a lot of these movies and shows that I actually haven't got to watch or talk about in a long time. So I wish you all the best, and until next time, share love out.